This is the third year of the Sustainability Fair. The first year is more on a smaller scale. It was held in Gates Workshop. Last year it was on the much larger scale on Middlefield, and this year it's on that same huge scale. Right now we have more than 80 participants, so 38 from community organizations and 42, I believe, from Punahou's campus. So that includes students and teachers and staff all contributing at the fair. So one thing that was interesting this year is that word has kind of gotten out. So we had a lot more inquiries coming from off campus saying, we heard about your fair, can we participate? And we actually had to turn down several organizations and companies, partly because redundancy. We didn't want to have like 10 solar panel companies, for example, here. And part of it was just the scale and the scope. We just have a limited number of tents and tables and all of that. So, and it does raise the question of what are the criteria for who gets to present and who doesn't. So that's something that's a kind of an ongoing discussion. The main purposes of the fair, a couple things. One is to celebrate and showcase all the efforts that are happening. So a new dimension this year is that we've invited different departments, like I was referring to before, the physical plant offices and cafeteria, to show off, you know, and showcase some of what they're doing. Some people may not be aware of these kind of behind the scenes decisions. So we wanted to make sure people were aware of that. Celebrate that. We want to celebrate what is happening in the classroom. The learning that takes place by the students presenting what they've learned is also huge. So we kind of have an educational component to help educate others about being more sustainable, and a visibility component, again, because we're such a huge and busy campus. People in junior school often don't know what's happening in the academy, and people in the academy often don't know what's happening in the junior school, and even between departments. So part of the purpose of the fair is just that exposure. If, you know, people can take some time to come to the fair, they'll probably learn about a lot more new things that are happening that they didn't know were happening on this campus. We're on track. I mean, we are leading ourselves, so we kind of have set our own benchmarks for each year. We do feel that we could use a little bit more outside guidance as well, and we met some women from a center called the Center for Eco-Literacy in Berkeley, and they are kind of expert consultants. So they've worked with numerous schools, more than 20 schools on the mainland, and actually some on Maui, to kind of look at the big picture and to help schools look at it systematically and give advice on how to proceed. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We think it's time to maybe re-examine those goals, look at what progress we've made, and then kind of change our strategy or our plan a little bit more. But for this year, we are happy with the changes. Also at the Sustainability Fair, you'll see curriculum map, K to 12. I sat down and just tried to compile everything that I know of, and we put out feelers to teachers all over this campus for them to tell us what they're doing, because, you know, new ideas pop up all the time. So that map has a really good representation of what is happening all the way. And when I saw it all together in one document, I realized there is a lot happening all the way up K, all the way through grades 12.